All right, guys, welcome back. We're out here for third Cast Nation tournament of the year on Tichigan Lake. Looking forward to today. It's a tough river system lake. Going to be doing a lot of frogging, flipping, fun stuff. Weight should be pretty tight. Should be a fun tournament. So going to be hot today. Try to stay cool. Got a bunch of water. So anyway, catch you guys out there. All right, guys. So as you will see, the GoPro did not pick up the audio for this video. Super disappointing, especially since it's an all frogging video. The audio would have been unreal. But it is what it is. Probably gonna end up buying some different cameras from a different brand because they're just not reliable. But I'm gonna do my best here to narrate through the day and kind of give you guys a glimpse into how the day really went and kind of the different things that I was doing. So this is first thing in the morning here, frogging on this mat on the river in Tichigan Lake here. It's the Fox River. This was an isolated mat that had current coming in it from both sides. There was a channel between the mat and the bank, and then you had the main river channel behind me in this shot here. So this is first thing in the morning. Bass were busting all over bluegill, and I was throwing a bluegill colored frog. So this was the first keeper of the day. I did catch a short right before this, but this was one of my better fish. Mats were super thick with milfoil, so I was really having to wrench them out. Uh, this one ended up being a nice solid 3 pounder to get my confidence up for the day. I knew coming into this day it was going to probably take over 14 pounds to win. It's been fishing tough. A lot of the Wednesday nighters and stuff out of here, it's been taking about 10 pounds to win. So catching this 3 pounder right off the bat was huge because I knew that was a much better than average fish. This was a little bit later in the morning. Still only have one fish in the live well, and this was probably the biggest fish of the day that I got bit on. It came close to the boat, jumped out of the water, and as you can see, I was really upset. It jumped out of the water, had the frog jump towards me. Too much slack in the line, and I just missed it. I knew there weren't going to be that many bites of that quality that day, so I was really upset with myself. Also ended up missing like a 3.5 just before that, but didn't include that in the video here. So ended up fishing the outside in the first thing. They seemed to be on the edge, and then we moved in towards the mat and fished the outside, but from within. This was another really good bite right here. This ends up being my second keeper of the day, weighing 2.5 pounds, another really solid fish. So I ended up getting that in the boat. So currently, right now, I'm sitting with two fish for 5.5. That one really got it good, got both hooks in them, and they were eating it well. I really didn't miss too many fish. Um, this is the exact same cast. Next cast, catch my third keeper here. It was just a pound and a half for my smallest keeper of the day, but got him in the boat to get three early on, sitting right around 7 or 8 pounds with three fish. So I knew it was a good start. When I started in this area, I was shocked that there was actually no one starting here because there was actually a tournament that took out before us that I didn't even know about, and there was no one on here. This ends up being my fourth keeper of the day here. I believe this one was just shy of 2.25. Trouble boat flipping them, bad boat flip. But again, in the morning, they were setting up on that main river channel on the edge of the mat. We were getting bit on the end. We weren't getting bit in the middle, and we weren't getting bit on the inside mat. We ended up running around to a different spot for a half hour, but this is probably the best moment of the day. This was actually my fourth cast to this fish. You can see right there, he jumps out, he misses it. I'm fired up. I'm pissed at this fish, battling. This is my fourth cast to the fish, and he finally gets it right here. And what I was fishing right here inside of the milfoil mat was actually some cheese that had kind of congregated together because there was a ton of boat wakes going by. This is right in the main river here, and it kind of pushed this cheese together to form a true cheese mat where I looked at it and I thought there would be a couple fish sitting under there. This was my fifth fish, best fish of the day, 3.5 pounder. Put me right little over high 13 pounds, I think, at this point. No, I'm sorry, 12 and a half pounds. This next one right here is the one that calls out a pound and a half. That one completely jumped out of the water for it. And a lot of the bigger ones were actually coming completely airborne. And it was tricky trying to time up my hook set with them jumping out of the air and having to wait for them to land, get back under the water, and hope the frog was still in them to set the hook. That one absolutely choked it. So this ended up being kind of my main weight here. The rest of these fish catches are a lot smaller ones. Um, but that was just shy of a 3 pounder. That put me right at 14 pounds. But the bite was consistent. But what was interesting was they were on that outside edge of the mat. You can see jet skiers going by on the outside. We're now on the inside edge of the mat because there's also a channel between the mat here and the shoreline behind me. And the fish ended up repositioning with all the boat traffic. They positioned from the outside edge towards the main river to this other edge on the other side of the mat in this channel. And what's interesting about the channel is here, there's actually zero grass between this mat and the shoreline. So it's kind of open water. There's some rock, but there's current going through the whole mat from either side, whether it's the boat wakes or the natural river current. And I think that was really the key. There was no other mat on the entire system that had this much current flowing through it. Um, and we were getting bit all day. My co-angler, Johnny, also had a phenomenal day. He ended up with 13 and a half pounds and had the second biggest bag of the tournament, regardless of co or boater. So we were really on the best spot. Um, I mean, combined, our best five would have probably been over 17, maybe 18 pounds. We had some really solid fish, but the bite really never stopped. And we only left for a half hour to check a couple other spots that didn't work, and we came right back. So we fished this thing for pretty much all 8 hours of the entire day, and just sat there and had it all to ourselves. No one came in. A lot of guys were real nice about it. Um, and everybody kind of saw me fishing there all day. Um, Ended up catching, probably 20 or so fish. I don't have every single fish catch in here. But just a phenomenal day frogging. Still bummed about the audio here. Um, but I knew after the morning, missing those two big ones and getting a 3 pounder right off the bat, that the quality was certainly here in this spot to win the tournament. I knew it was going to be a tough day for most people, and I didn't know how my day was going to go. I practiced for this tournament, and in practice, I saw this spot, made 5 casts, caught a really solid fish, a 2 3/4. And I just kind of, after that, catching that fish in practice, I just sat and watched and listened to the bluegill pecking and all the bass just chasing the bluegill around. And just with that one quality bite, I just knew that there was going to be plenty of fish in here and probably some better quality than other areas, where if we just fished it through, we're going to come out with some really good bags. And that's exactly what happened. And I really think most of it had to do with the current flowing through there. I mean, if you know Tichigan Lake and the Fox River in this area of Wisconsin, there's just mats and milfoil and grass and lily pads everywhere, and it all kind of looks good. But this mat was definitely very different because of all the current and the boat wakes moving through it. Just constant fresh water coming in, especially when it was this hot. I mean, it was 90 degrees this day. Water temps were low to mid 80s. It was super hot. So ended up the day with little over 14 1/4 for the win, won by over 2 pounds. Just an awesome day. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.